G Prospect, Wizeonez Entertainment. I'm the CEO, the motherfucking boss.
Wizeonez Entertainment TV. It is your host, GGDAPLUG, 100K. Today, we're going to be talking about the 4-year-old toddler that just died from taking THC gummies. This is a very sensitive topic, so if you got a weak stomach, I would just get the fuck out the room at this point, because I'm finna talk about this shit. All right, let's go. Let's first start off and let's play the news clip so that we can get this thing in the context real quick. So let's listen to the news clip real quick.
A grand jury indicted her this week for felony murder and child neglect. It was May 6th when emergency crews were called to this Spotsylvania home where she and the boy were visiting after the 4-year-old was found unresponsive. Tanner Clements died 2 days later. These search warrant documents outline part of the detective's investigation and reveal what Annette Clements told investigators as her son was being rushed to Richmond for treatment. An investigator writes that Clements says her son ate half a CBD gummy. She says she called poison control and was assured he'd be okay. But the detective says she found an empty THC gummy jar in the house, and toxicology results showed extremely high THC levels in the boy's body. An autopsy revealing the THC caused Tanner's death. Investigators allege Annette Clements did not get help for her son soon enough, that if she had, he might have survived. Dr. Jill McCabe did not work on this case, but as a pediatric emergency room physician at Inova Loudoun, she says any amount of THC can be trouble for children.
THC gummies definitely, in any quantity, pose a risk to children. There's many reasons for that. One is that the packaging does not include any kind of a child-proof mechanisms. They also look like candy, and so they are something that when children come across them, most children are going to put that in their mouth and ingest it.
McCabe also says the amount of THC in gummies is not regulated, so it can vary widely. She says if a child ingests gummies and has mild symptoms, a call to poison control might be enough, but more profound symptoms require swift action.
Absolutely, yeah. More profound symptoms if they're having difficulty breathing, not breathing well, having a seizure, difficulty walking, very lethargic, persistent vomiting. Those would all be reasons to immediately call 911 and have the child transported to the nearest emergency department.
McCabe believes parents should lock up any products with THC to make sure their kids can't get to them. In Spotsylvania, I'm Julie Carey, News 4.
Okay.
Thanks for watching our
Man.
YouTube channel. Follow today's.
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get this shit straight right here. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this lady here, this Virginia mom, and these THC gummies. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if y'all listen to the story closely, you'll notice that the mom claims that the 4-year-old ingested half a CBD gummy, and then when the police got there, they seen that it was a jar of THC gummies that the 4-year-old had also ingested. Now, judging by that picture, just one look at her, it tells me that that kid was on much more than just THC gummies, man. I smell some bullshit going on. There's a cover-up going on about this 4-year-old. See, I told you all these people work together. The police, 911, and the news people, the media, they all work together, man. And so right now, I'm going to have to call this story for what it is. Bullshit. Okay? This 4-year-old may have passed away. Rest in peace to them. This 4-year-old may have ingested some weed gummies. But this 4-year-old didn't just die from THC gummies alone. So one has to start doing some critical thinking here. That and I'm not saying that this lady doesn't belong in jail. She does belong in jail. You shouldn't be leaving certain shit just laying around the house knowing that the kid gonna think it's candy and ingest the shit. You know what I mean? That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, when dealing with these marijuana products and stuff like that. But I'm taking high offense to the news right now because my thing is this, is that they be making up so much bullshit about weed. It's just like they've been talking about how people been going to the hospital smoking weed, and they've been talking about they in psychosis and that they dying and that they hurt and all this other shit. And it's just like, man, nigga, they not smoking weed, man. They smoking that K2, brother. They smoking that K2, man. So at the end of the day, a lot of them are smoking other shit besides marijuana. And a lot of them are ingesting alcohol and pills along with the marijuana if there's some marijuana usage there. So, but a lot of times these things are not getting brought up. They just pointing straight at the THC, you know what I'm saying? To pay at the goddamn weed, you know what I'm saying? But nigga, I've been smoking weed for 25 years, 20 years straight, man. And I've never seen a marijuana overdose ever in my life. I started smoking weed as a kid, my damn self. I started smoking weed when I was like 11 years old, man. And I probably smoked way too much back then. So if this was the case, how am I still living? How am I still breathing? You know what I mean? So yes, can THC cause an issue with a child? Sure it can. Can it cause a child harm? I'm pretty sure it can. Can it be the reason why a child visits a hospital? I'm pretty sure it can. But is it really the reason for a child's death? That is something to be investigated and set back and really looked at. They haven't released any autopsy reports. I noticed that. And we need to also get an understanding what's all in that child's system and shit like that before the news just start running out talking about the kid done died from taking some damn THC gummies. I am not minimizing the crime. I'm not minimizing what this lady did. Is this lady guilty of child neglect and murder? Yes, she is guilty. But at the same time, it's like, y'all need to go ahead and be clear on exactly what this child died from, because I'm not buying that the kid just ate some THC gummies and just died like that. See, that's why y'all motherfuckers just be lying. That's why I don't listen to what the fuck y'all gotta say like that, bro. Y'all be lying about every goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? You just can't help it. So we're not gonna trust what everything the news says at Wizeonez Entertainment TV. We want to let y'all know that we are the news and we report our own version of the news, and we do our own little thing over here. So we're not going to believe every single thing that come out of a reporter's mouth. We're not going to believe everything that Channel 4 got to say. You know what I'm saying? So let's just keep that in perspective. Now, with this lady, she looked like a crystal head, meth head tweaker. I ain't gonna lie to you. She looked like she was on a lot of drugs. She looked like she was doing more than just some THC, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. She looked like she doing more than just weed and shit. That bitch did not look refreshed. You see what I'm saying? She did not look refreshed whatsoever. This bitch looked like she hadn't slept in weeks, man. So she looked disgusting. She looked weird and she looked unhealthy. And she looked like she crazy, and she looked like she had some major issues going on herself. But at the end of the day, they keep it 100. What the fuck this chick was really into? Was she really just into weed? Because for her to just have THC gummies and weed gummies just laying around the motherfucking house and shit like that, we gotta put it in perspective. Like what the fuck was she on? Like what the fuck going on in this damn house where this kid can just get up and go take some damn THC gummies without nobody grown having nothing to say about it. Nobody grown intervening. Nobody, nothing. Like they said, had she took the child to the hospital, the child wouldn't even pass away. So therefore the news trying to admit something right there. They're telling half truths right now. They're trying to admit that that the child overdosed on THC. And then they say that the child died from the weed. And then they say if she would have took the child to the hospital quick enough, the child wouldn't have died. Which one is it? Which one is it? So they just double lied in your face right there. They just double tap right there. So, at the end of the day, rest in peace to the poor baby. And I hope that baby, goes to heaven and that baby, is good and everything like that. Because that's fucked up that a kid got to go out like that. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. And, it's senseless. It's unnecessary. It's a tragedy. And at the end of the day, she need to be, her bitch ass need to be locked up. So regardless, you know, she needs to be fucking locked up for whatever the fuck just happened here. Because obviously she can't keep a kid alive like that. And she didn't give a damn about how this kid was, what was going on with this child. Whether this child was sick, or this child didn't feel better, or something was up with this child. She just tried to sweep the shit under the rug. So just for that alone, her ass need to go to jail. Just for not checking on that baby. But at the end of the day, I still have high suspicions on whether or not that child may have died from the THC gummies. You know what I'm saying? I got high suspicions that the child may have took the gummies and possibly ingested other things along with it, and this all contributed to a fatal reaction. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna speak on. That's all I really gotta say about it. You know, it is what it is. Think what the fuck y'all want to think. It's Wizeonez Entertainment TV. It's GGDAPLUG 100K. Come check out my other videos. Thank y'all for fucking with my YouTube channel. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Regarding the situation with the lady and the 4-year-old and the THC gummies and shit like that, it's like, man, every time white folks fuck up, shit hits the fan. It's just like that white girl who was drinking the what you call it, that Four Loko and shit like that. You know, everybody was drinking the Four Lokos. Hell, everybody was sipping on them Four Lokos. I don't know what everybody talking about. People thought they was good in the bitch, and people was getting towed up on them bitches before they went to the club because they didn't feel like buying them old expensive ass drinks and shit. So when we start looking back, everybody else was fine off of them, and then, you know, next thing you know, this white girl, she want to drink 12 Four Lokos. She want to drink 24 Lokos. You get what I'm saying? So, and she passed away and stuff, and ain't no telling what all she did along with the Four Lokos. But I promise you, if you drink 12, 10 Four Lokos, you probably gonna die. You know what I'm saying? But 1 or 2 Four Lokos or 3 Four Lokos may not be shit to you. You just might get the best sleep of your life. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't, you know, it's just like these you know, people stay fucking up some shit. So they gonna end up, you know, like, I already knew when all this weed shit and all this little stuff came out that it was gonna be like some stuff that that it was gonna be some stuff that's happening, like some neglect, some bullshit where people leaving out and the kids getting on it and shit like that. And, you know, to me, they need to go ahead and just child-proof the shit that much more, because you're gonna have a lot of dumb motherfuckers out here who accidentally leave that shit laying around, and they high as they leaving the shit laying around, and they not thinking about it. So I just think that also some responsibility is on, a lot of responsibilities on the parent, and then the other responsibilities got to go to the company to child lock it and to make sure that it's just not so easy to get into these packaging. Because, you know, at the end of the day, some of the packages they really lock in, and then there's some packages that are really easy to open. So the both exist. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is what it is, though. You know, it just is what it is. You know, this is a very tragic situation, you know what I'm saying, that could have been totally avoidable and shit.
G Prospect, Wizeonez Entertainment. I'm the CEO, the motherfucking boss.